for black men, I would dare to say that peace really don't comes until we get our kids grown to where they're on their own.
Yeah. I mean, now we're in
That's where
that.
peace really comes in. And
Yeah.
I just kind of look back at my dad. Once he got us out the house, once he was able to retire and just do the things that he liked, I think that's when his peace really set in.
Yeah, get the Excel.
Yep.
Welcome to the Black Men Think podcast. If this is your first time here, know that the views and opinions expressed by the Black Men Think podcast are those of the Black Men Think podcast and not the individual members. With that being said, we're about to be unapologetically, undeniably black. Enjoy.
All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Black Man Think podcast, where we elevate our black men because black men be out here thinking. So tonight we are
Two-man show.
two-man show, man. Me and Tori in the building, man. I'm your host. Last name good. My homies call me JD, and to my left I got my dog.
T Black.
Yeah. We here. We in a foreign land. If you know, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but shout out to Corey and Marlon. They out for the night, but if you haven't, make sure y'all go ahead and subscribe, rate, review, comment, do all the good things, and make sure you subscribe to Patreon. And if you want to leave a voicemail, 404-939-6477. So before we do anything, sip of the week. I don't know. Tori hook something up, man. I don't know what this is, bro. What it is?
This is I don't know. Let's name it after the 7. So.
All right.
So.
It's good though.
A 7 fashion.
7 fashion. Okay, so it's kind of like it's an old fashioned with a twist. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's good though, man. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah. So you know how we start every episode, bro. Homeboy check-in, man. How you doing?
Man, I'm doing good. I caught up with a few people today.
Okay.
I actually got out. I had an event to go to this morning. Then I had another event to go to this evening, and I made it to the gym. So I'm trying to respect my peace. And be intentional about where I place my time and what I put my time into now. That's really important to me in this phase of life, man. But, outside of that, everything good, though, man. I can't complain about too many things right now.
No, I feel that, man.
What about you, man? How's everything going?
Everything cool, man. I just got a 8-year-old going on 30, No, man. I mean, it's cool, bro. We had a little rough morning this morning, but outside of that, just trying to adjust and while giving her space to grow and realizing that I don't necessarily know what that looked like because I didn't grow up with not even saying that I didn't grow up with the opportunity. It wasn't a known thing for us to have that type of, space to voice our opinions. That's just how we weren't raised like that, bro.
Parenting has changed.
Parenting has changed. But trying to allow an 8-year-old to get space to say, man, bro, I gave her 5 minutes. I said, get it off your chest. Man, listen, bro. I don't know what I was talking about. She was saying all kind of stuff, bro. Like, if you ain't have a backbone, and I'm looking at her, I was like, no, you got one more, go ahead. And she finished, and I was like, look, I'm gonna tell you the truth. If anybody else would have been talking to me like that, I probably would have put hands on them. You know what I'm saying? I'm just telling, I was like, if it was one of my peers talking to me that way, like, but I was like, I'm gonna give you the opportunity to say what you gotta say and get off your chest. And I was like, I got one question for you. How do you feel now? I was like, do you feel good or bad or whatever? And she was just like, oh, I feel okay. And I was like, all right, cool. Now, get your book bag and let's go to school.
Yep, that part.
I was getting her to understand, like, look, you can have your thoughts, you can have all this stuff that you want to get off your chest, but at the end of the day, we still about to follow these protocols. Like, we got to do what we got to do.
We got a routine.
Yeah, we got a routine, man. But it was an eventful morning for me and my wife. It was a very eventful morning, and all for her to get in the car when we finally get in the car. Because mind you, like, I took my other daughter to school like separately. That's just how much she was on something this morning. I took my other daughter to school separately. And, when I come back and we have our talk and I finally get her in the car and take her to school, she get in the car, act like ain't nothing happened. I was like, hold on, man, you're not going to
Just
look.
breeze past all of this.
Yeah. We ain't finna just flip the switch like this. Act like, no, I was like, no. You've affected everybody's morning. Like, we can't act like ain't nothing happened. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, man, it's actually been a good week, bro. I got opportunity to get a DJ gig in,
Okay.
and did some other stuff too.
How did the DJ gig go? I know you were talking about it last
Yeah.
week.
Oh yeah, man. It went well, man. We opened up for Currency at Center Stage. I was DJing for group called Two Player with Big Son and Red Coat the Poet. And yeah, man, went out there. Nice little set, 1,500 people, something like that. It
Good.
was a good vibe, man. We had a good time. So,
Glad.
Yeah. It went well. Went well. So, do it again. Time to do it again.
Oh, I just want to shout out to my nephew, who I don't know if y'all saw the post on.
No, it didn't. He official?
Yeah, on the books and the links and the twits and, and all of them. But yeah, no, he committed to another school.
Okay.
And so I'm really excited about him, man. And
I gotta look and see what school he committed.
it's just amazing the opportunities that the kids have these days.
Yeah, man.
So
I can't see the school.
oh,
Oh, okay. So that's what I think. I think that's what you was telling me about. That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
That's big, bro.
So yeah,
That's big.
and
That's
we'll talk offline about some of the other stuff. But yeah, I'm very proud of him, and I'm really looking forward to what his career has in store for him. And it's just amazing how 20 years ago, the things that these things wouldn't be possible.
Right. No,
You know?
man, not at all, bro.
And so they have opportunities to make more money than we ever make before they even get out of college.
Man,
but it's exciting. It's really exciting, and I'm just ecstatic for his future and the things to come, and just hope to be able to see it.
Yeah, that's good, man. I'm proud of him. I mean, just to see, from this side, this ain't been no overnight thing. Like, the work has been put in for a while. So to see where he at, that's dope, man. That's dope.
And just for y'all to know, keep an eye out for KJ Younger. Kenneth Dwayne Younger. He's a basketball player, so just stay tuned. He'll probably be on your screen sometime.
Oh yeah. It's on the way. It's on the way for sure. So tonight, man, looking at what we was talking about. Me and Tori are both in our early 40s, right? But just thinking about like what peace looked like 10, I mean, we could say 10 years ago. I think 10 years is fair. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Just looking at describing what peace was 10 years ago versus what peace is now.
Well, it probably should be 15, because I think that's where we really see that change.
I mean,
15, we was just all preparing to get married.
That's true.
So I think
that's true.
That's probably that.
Yeah.
That starting point.
See, for us, we got 15 years preparing for marriage. 10 years ago for us was like, well, let's do both. Let's go. Okay, let's look at 15 years ago.
Okay.
So, like you said, 15 years ago, we both got married around the same time. Like, we were preparing for a huge life shift.
Yep.
Preparing for marriage. So, I want you right now. Let's think about what's that 20, 25, 26-year-old Tori.
It wouldn't be here.
We might need to go to 10, dog.
We might need to bring that in a little bit. Because 25-year-old, we know what we was in.
Yeah, we might need to go to 10.
Oh, but I'm okay with sharing the things that we can share. Peace back then was being able to be in the streets. Because me and you, I think we spent a lot of time together. Me, you, and B.
Yeah.
And then of course occasionally Corey and the rest of them. But the three of us, I think, around that time, 15 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just we had to be the life of the party, man. That was peace, being in the crowd, being at the party,
On the
being
scene.
on the scene.
Yeah.
We had to be in the mix. I think that's where our peace came. Well, at least for me, that's
Yeah.
where my peace came from. Just being able to let energy out, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So I really just being on the spot, whatever the celebrity event was going on, we was trying to be in those positions too. Just really
True.
being in the know, realistically. I think if I say what peace looked like 15 years ago, it's probably being more social.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I echo that, man. Just 15 years ago, definitely being more social. I'm trying to think. Well, really, we keep no 15 years. I'm trying to think. That's 2011. So
We
2011.
was coming out the cusp of the social scene, but we still was trying to be
Yeah,
social.
but I mean, like, I'm at that point. I'm 2 years into dating my wife.
Yeah.
So it's like coming out of it, but very fresh out. You know what I'm saying? Like fresh out.
Yep.
Of
I think that's the point where we was all changing, because we
Yeah, yeah,
all
yeah.
had been in our relationships probably about a couple of years.
Couple years, yeah.
Because we all started date. Well, outside of a couple of them,
Yeah.
the rest of us all started dating our significant other around
the
that
same time. Yeah, yeah,
same
that's true.
time. So I agree with you that we was on the edge coming out of it, pivoting into a new phase, which was okay. What does the next 10 years look like?
Yeah.
But I think that progression also shows our transition of what peace looked like for us.
Yeah. The other thing too, just thinking back like 15 years ago, man, it was us thinking about making some very life changing decisions, right? Like around that time, all of us were in the process of saying like, okay, I like this person, but can I see myself with this person long term?
Yep.
Long term,
Yep.
and around that time, only one of us had actually, I think at that time, maybe Ace was engaged. If he wasn't engaged, he was definitely like, yo,
I
this
think
is
he
about
was
to happen.
engaged because
Yeah.
he what?
He
No,
was
he
married
was
before us.
married actually.
Yeah, he was married before.
He
So
actually was
might have
married.
been, yeah,
Yeah.
married. Yeah. No, he wasn't. He was engaged.
In 2011.
He was engaged because
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah.
he got married. I remember like
Well, no, because you 12, right?
talking about years
No, like the year you got married.
in 2012.
Yeah. So he was married definitely a year at minimum, but I think he was married 2 years before you.
No, he was married. Yeah, he was married because me and Trina started dating in 09. And I feel like we went to, well, we didn't go to, she wasn't able to make his wedding. He might have got married in 2010, bro.
That's what I said.
Yeah,
I
he might have got
like
married
he
in
was already
2010.
married.
Yeah,
Like he was married.
So like, I mean, Ace was our example. You know what I'm saying? And to be fair, bro, like it was just a domino effect. Like once one person in the crew got married, then it was kind of like, all right, this is eye opening. It's time for everybody to kind of wake up. And then we all started really just like trying to find what was gonna be next.
But is up was up in his relationship with his first though?
I think so. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think he
so
was. In
I
a
think he's
relationship
had
first.
the longest relationship
Yeah.
with his partner.
Yeah.
And then but Lasana's been married the longest.
Yeah. That's what it was. And then everybody else kind of got married around the same.
Yep.
Same
I
time.
started dating and
Yeah, right around the same time. But yeah, 15 years ago, that's really what we were on, man. Just like getting ready to make some life changing decisions, and kind of in that place of leaving the past behind and trying to figure out what his future looked like. And if I'm keeping it a buck, bro, if I'm 15 years ago, I probably didn't even really understand the concept of peace. If I'm like being,
I think so. I
You
think
know
that's
what
a
I'm
fair. I think that's a fair. I think peace comes with wisdom.
yeah.
We wasn't wise back.
No, we weren't wise, bro. We didn't think we need peace.
Right.
Like what
right.
I wasn't worried about peace in 15 years ago. I didn't think I needed it.
Right.
It's probably that. I probably didn't think I actually needed
I
peace.
agree. I agree.
15 years ago. I was probably just like, oh, I'm just, shoot, we out here living. We living life. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's probably one of the biggest things. But then once you get to that space of understanding, like, oh, I actually need my breaks.
Right.
That happens in year 10. So now let's go back.
I would just say that. I would just say, well, let's walk into your 10.
Walk up to 10 years, bro. What does peace look like for you 10 years ago?
I think peace looked like for me. I think that's when, and I think actually definitely me and you really specifically travel.
Oh yeah.
You know, because after me and the missus got together, we traveled.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
we did 3 or 4 trips, you know, a year. And I think that not even I know that was my piece, because then we disconnect from the world,
Yeah.
and really just be able to enjoy ourselves. You know, enjoy the beach, enjoy whatever we was doing. And realistically, that's when my passport started exploding too. Was after that, you know, had the opportunity to go to China, to go to Spain, to go to Canada, you know, to go. And so I think that next 5 to 8 years, well, 5 probably, because you know what came after those 5 years.
Yeah, we'll get to it. We'll get there.
But I think during that time it became the travel. That was my piece.
Yeah. I mean, bro, you spot on with it. 10 years ago, what we were talking, 2016. So in 2016, if I look about, man, we was in an apartment. We were really, I think, well, travel was definitely one of those things for us, for sure. One of the other things where we were very much in the space of saying, like, we were coming out of the getting our, like, just finances and everything in order. Like, we were trying to set up the future. So a lot of the stuff we were doing, like, you know, we were making sure we was paying off student loans. We were doing a lot of just trying to get out of debt. You know, so we were laser focused on making sure that we was out of debt, because we was like, the next step, we got to get a house, and like, we don't want no debt before we have kids or whatever. So we were like really locked in on getting both of our student loans paid off. Those were like our biggest, debt issues. You know, then working on credit cards and like just repairing. My wife always had good credit. My credit was okay, but like trying to get my credit, up. And so that was really part of that piece. And so I would say, like, the stability of, in addition to travel, the stability of just knowing, like, stability was peace. Having stability, right? Like, just making sure money was good, making sure there was no lingering debts and all of that stuff. Like, that was like a good factor of peace.
Yeah, and I think to add to mine, that was also that period of career growth for me as well.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I really, started getting into leadership roles, and making money that I ain't never made before. So I agree with you. I think, that stability it played a major part as well, and that phase, and really just that, setting up for what's the next thing to come.
Yeah. So just speaking from going from year 15 to year 10, what changed in between that time for you?
Well, one, got married, so
Yeah.
now it was no longer thinking about. I think the perspective shift.
Okay.
In year 15, we was coming out of the now, right? Because we're young. I'm just going to use the term dumb. We're just about the now. From year 15 to year 10, now it's not just about me anymore.
Yeah, there you go.
It's about my partner, and now me and my partner talking about the future.
Yeah.
So I think before then, even though you might be thinking about the future, you're not really thinking about the future.
True.
But that's when the future really came into play. Okay, what we're going to be doing in 5 years from now, And so I think that is probably the biggest change that came, and just that now I can't just think about me. Now it's us thinking about peace And if she don't have peace, I don't have peace, and vice
Yeah.
versa.
Yeah.
And so I think that's the biggest change, is adding that new dynamic to it.
Yeah. I mean, for me, man, like the biggest change was accountability, I would say.
That's a good one.
Yeah, because I mean, and it's one of those things where you said something earlier where peace comes with wisdom, and I mean, like a lot of things come with wisdom. You know what I'm saying? And so at that time, bro, I just didn't realize that I wasn't being accountable for a lot of things. Just going, you're just going through life, bro. Just I'm figuring things out or whatever, and it's just like, no, now you got a wife, and there's no time for just figuring it out. Like, yes, you can have those moments of like, okay, things are not going the way I want them to go, and like let me, work on getting things better. But you don't have any of that floating through life type stuff.
Correct.
Like that ain't,
Correct.
man. You don't have time for that, bro. You gotta at least have a plan or some type of something concrete to show.
Right. And I think, to your point, that not the stability, but the word, I'm trying to remember the word that you just used.
Accountability.
Accountability.
Yeah.
That to me ties into our topic that we had last week.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
always thinking of others as well. I think that is when that switch really came on.
Yeah.
Was that going from the 15 to the 10 year, that switch
Yeah.
came on.
Yeah, no, I could see that. I could see that where it's just, you just get into that space of like, all right, man, because we always had goals. I don't think goals ever was a
Yeah.
problem. Like
Yeah.
everybody had goals from after college. Even after college, you're like, all right, bro, I got to get a job now.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So even though that might not have been a huge goal, it was just like, okay, I got to get a job where I can stack bread or actually just have money to do some stuff that I want to do. Because you coming out of college, you just broke.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, all right, I got to get a job to where at least if I want to go out, I can go out and ain't no issues or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, you're right. It's just that new space of, okay, I got somebody now, and now we're building a life together, and accountability is there, and I think in that year 10. I'm probably just now understanding peace, or thinking I'm understanding peace, but I don't think peace really happened until 5 years ago. Knowing that I need peace until 5 years ago.
I actually want to say,
Probably now. Really.
I would just say, I want to push it to now,
Yeah.
because 5 years ago you understood that you need peace, but I think it's still
No, you wanted peace.
wanted peace.
You wanted peace 5 years
You
ago.
wanted peace 5 years ago. Now you're needing it.
Yeah.
And I think that peace also ties to the phase of life.
Yeah.
Right? Because now, once again, we've interjected more people into. So even though we think we have peace, it's still not necessary peace. I think it goes back to what you said earlier. It's more so of stability.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so we're still trying to morph into that peace.
Yeah.
And as I would just sit here talking with you and thinking through it, for Black men, I would dare to say that peace really don't comes until we get our kids grown to where they're on their own.
Yeah. I mean, now
That's where peace really comes in. And
Yeah.
I just kind of look back at my dad. Once he got us out the house, once he was able to retire and just do the things that he liked, I think that's when his peace really set in.
Yeah, get the Excel.
Yeah.
And so a lot of that also comes with, because parenting is a full-time job. And if y'all don't understand, 5 years ago is when we had started having kids. And
For 8 years.
Yeah,
7.
really, yeah. But with that 5 years, like we all got small kids, and we like, whew, you know what I'm saying? It's starting to hit. But that part what you said about your dad, just like, okay, I got all my kids out the house, and now I can finally excel a bit. And you do see that. Like, I mean, for me, I know my pops was working up until he got sick when he couldn't work. And so but also I got 2 younger siblings. So I don't think he ever got a time for like
to enjoy that peace.
To enjoy the peace.
Yep.
You know, like for him, he's been an entrepreneur his whole life, so he do have those spurts of moments where he can kind of relax a little bit. But as far as like that grown man peace, you know, I don't. Maybe some certain moments when he went and did like the hobby stuff, you know, he maybe had some peace there. But the piece that we're talking about now, trying to get to, you're right, bro. It's just you're gonna think about your kids until they out the house, until they really not even when they out the house, when they maybe when they graduate college, you might excel a little bit.
I just say until they're able to stand on their own.
Yeah.
It's really, and then let's be fair, and then I even think that there's a difference for that between your
Yep, I already know
boys
Yep.
and girls. I think for the girls, it's in once we can hand them off to a man that we know will take care of them the same way that we will.
Yeah.
Because my thing is, you know, and I'm gonna make sure I tell this to every dude once it comes to that age, or, you know, I have to be politically correct,
Whomever, because we don't know.
look, I want my daughter back the same way if you don't want them.
Boy, that's a bar right there, boy.
Let me tell you.
Man, boy, you just messed me up with that one.
Let me tell you. Because, you know, I am raising them to be a certain way.
Yeah.
And if that way doesn't mesh with you, I'm okay with it.
Yep.
Send them back to me.
Send them back to me.
The way I sent them to you.
Yeah. Man,
Because they come back differently, we gonna have some problems.
Boy, that is a bar. Boy, that is a bar.
And that's the end of the conversation. That's just period after that.
Man, that is a bar, bro. Like, send them back to me the way I sent them to you.
The way I give them to you, the way I want them back.
Man, that's so real, bro, because it's so many things can happen. And, you know, being a 40-plus-year-old guy now, I know that I didn't send every one of them back the way that they... I tried, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, even the naive... was being naive into the, you know, for me, I had a thing that I would say that I said for a while. Like, I had plenty of homies. I ain't had a lot of girlfriends. I had a lot of homies.
I tell my wife that all the time. I had a lot of homies.
Yeah, a lot of homies.
I can count on one hand how many women I clarified as my girlfriend.
Yeah. No, that's a fact, bro. Like, that was so real that when, you know, I had those conversations with my wife, and you know, she was like, yeah, you might say that, but all of them women who you was calling homies, I guarantee if they had a real conversation with you, they saw it differently.
And so the one thing about me, and I think you could back me up on that, because I think my wife tried to tell me that, so I was like, nope, I made it clear.
Yeah.
I was that person. I was like, nope, this is what it is. This is what it's not.
And even with that being said, it still didn't matter because
it's still what they believe.
Yeah,
at the end of the day,
you can't control
and I can't control what they believe.
Yeah, that's
but
true.
I always made it a point to say, hey, this is what it is. And you know, of course, feelings get attached, and we know that. We know things get convoluted. But what I'm more so talking about, because I believe heartbreaking things of that nature,
that's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But don't put your hands on my on my baby. Don't, you know, all the other stuff.
Yeah.
You know,
that's real.
The emotional stuff, it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Because that's a part of life.
Yeah.
But the physical stuff, no. Because that's where I'm coming in.
Yeah. No, that's for sure. Like that.
And I got bail money set aside for it.
Man, listen, let me tell you, bro. Like, like it's just certain things, man. Like, that's resonating with me, brother. For real.
Yep.
But that's just one of those things. I'm with you wholeheartedly on that. Looking up to now, where we're in a space where we actually need that peace. Like we yearn for it, we want it. We, you know, I think now is that I'm now really probably like the past year and a half, I've been vocal about my peace. In moments where I would just kind of go along, I am now very much stern and saying, no, I don't want to do that. And I don't want to do it because if I do it, it's going to kill my vibe. And if it kills my vibe, I'm going to be upset. I don't want to be upset. Let me just chill. Y'all can go by yourself. I'm cool right here.
Yep. And so I think now once again, if I'm gonna be true to my sentiment that I don't think we are able to get peace until our 60s. Now my peace more so look like I just don't want chaos. I need order and I need calmness.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then occasionally I need moments to myself.
Yeah. No, that chaos, bro.
Yeah, I don't like chaos. I don't like all of the loudness. No.
Yeah. Yeah. I found myself where, a lot of times me and the wife, we'll make it a point to go and pick up the girls from school together sometimes. Like most of the time I'm dropping them off at school. A couple of days out the week, wifey might pick them up. A couple other days, but we try to have like a day or two we go and pick them up. But I've been finding myself on those days when I pick them up from school, whether it's me or if it's her, I let them go in the house and I'm outside. I'm outside for 10, 15 minutes. I'm usually in the garden. I'm doing something. At least I'm outside trying to, but I just have to, I let them go in the house because I know the girls are at a school where it is a very strict program. And so they're on a very tight schedule. And so I've noticed once that schedule is up, all hell breaks loose for them because they've been so in a controlled environment for so long to where it's just like they be feeling like they got to let loose. And I found that I'm just not good in that space when they let loose and it's just chaos. I'm just like, look, I'm outside for it. Give me like 10 minutes. I'm out here by myself. And that's worked for me to the point to where it's like, okay, I identified what it was. This is where I'm at. And let me just go. I'm gonna go out here and work in my garden for a little bit, kind of look around, see what's going on, boom, boom, boom. And then finally I come in when everybody don't kind of got that woo-saw, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. For me, I think it for a good part, definitely for the last 6 months. Not 6 months, but the last 3 months, it's been, after I get them down, after the night routine's down, after the kitchen is cleaned up, I'm down in the basement doing whatever I need to do.
Yeah.
Whether that's, on the internet, just surfing, looking at some business stuff, or just me sitting down here doing nothing.
There you go. It makes a difference.
It makes a difference. It makes a difference.
It makes it. You need that time and that space to exist to nobody but yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, man, it makes such a huge difference. And we've talked about it before on the pod, but just like having them moments of like, all right, no accountability. Like, wifey, you got it. And thank you for having it, and just let me exist down here where nobody's gonna bother me. You know what I mean? And I think it's so important. Especially it was one of those things when I was younger. I didn't understand like the concept of a man cave. Like not even thinking a man cave was selfish when I was younger. I used to think like, oh man, well you just down there, like what you doing?
Right.
Like you just
Right.
And now I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like to the point to where you get to a place to where you see elaborate man caves where like guys go, they might go in their sports bag, they might go into their media bag, whatever it is, but they decorate their space to be for them how they want it. And it's so vital, bro. Like you got to have something. I don't want to use the word escape, but you got to have something where you can identify as your own, where you can just like be in your own little world for a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
It's important, bro. It's better than the alternative of like going out and being on the scene like how we were 15 years ago. It's like, no, this is where I'm at. I'm chilling. And I just need, give me this little space to chill.
Yep. 100%.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me see. I had one more on here. What did this piece cost you?
I think, like with any decision, it costs some type of a sacrifice. So whether that's give up a time that you're gonna go to a gym, you give up whatever it is, you have to sacrifice something for that peace. That's just the nature of the beast.
Yeah. I was going to ask this for the Ask a Black Man segment. If y'all want to be a part of Ask a Black Man, 404-939-6477. Ask a Black Man. How do you protect your peace without feeling like you're pushing people away?
You have to be selfish. And what I mean by that is when it comes down to those moments where you absolutely need peace, and to me, that's the time that you need to rejuvenate. That's really what I'm talking about. You have to be selfish.
Yeah.
That's really how you protect it.
Yeah.
And also that helps you with not having peace those other times. And so, and I think that's that trade-off, right? You know, and so I think that's the price of it, is that you have to be selfish.
I'm going to echo that. And I'm just going to add an extra layer on there and say, you have to be okay with being selfish. Yes, you have to be selfish, 100%. But you have to be okay with being selfish, man, because what I've found is that because we are selfish on some things, naturally who we are, you know, as protectors and all of this, we will convince ourselves that we don't need to be selfish in this moment just to protect the people around us. Versus sometimes, man, you just got to be like, I'm not doing it and I need you to leave me alone, respectfully. And, you know, there's better ways to say it than the way that I just said it. However, you got to find, it's vital to who you are, bro. Because if you get to a space to where you can't tell the people that you love that you need a break from them, bro, you're only going to end up pushing them away further.
Yep.
You gotta get into a space where you can just tell the people, and they can be upset. They can be upset for the time being. They can be upset for a couple of days, couple of hours, whatever, man. But you gotta find the space to tell people who you love and care about that right now you need to leave me alone.
Yeah. And I think, and to your point, you just said something, because I think that's critical, and that goes hand in hand with, you have to be selfish. You have to also be okay with people being mad at you. Go hand in hand.
Yeah.
Go hand in hand.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's it. I mean, I experienced that this morning, bro. Like I said, I let my 8-year-old, I gave my 8-year-old 5 minutes of, go ahead, say what you got to say. And, you know, some of the stuff she said, it stung. Some of the stuff she just, you know, she's a kid and don't really understand, you know, misunderstood. But like some of the stuff she said really stung, and I just had to eat it. And just like, you know, whatever. But cool, you can be upset with me. We still gonna get this discipline going. We still gonna get this me time to myself. Like, yeah, I love that. You can be upset with me for right now. That's cool.
Yep.
Tomorrow we'll work it out.
Yep.
We'll work it out tomorrow.
Yep.
Look, man, it's been the Black Man Think podcast where we elevate our black man, because black man be out here thinking. Make sure y'all subscribe, rate, review, comment, tell a friend and tell a friend. If you are enjoying the experience of the Black Man Think podcast, we truly appreciate you. We have been growing this thing now, and believe it or not, we're always amazed when people tell us what this podcast do for them.
Yes.
It is not something we didn't start this with the intent to do that, right? We figured out along the way that this was happening, and so we appreciate everybody that's been rocking with us. Our goal is to continue to elevate this podcast, and the way to do that is by asking you. This is a real ask. We need you to tell somebody about this podcast. The more that you tell people about this podcast, the more that we can get people under this umbrella to understand what we're trying to do. So we thank you guys. We appreciate you. And more importantly, man, thank you. Just a huge thank you for everybody that's here. Make sure you subscribe to Patreon. Make sure you do all the things. Yeah, we'll see y'all next week, man. Appreciate y'all.
Peace.
The Black Men Think Podcast.